The importance of a green future lies more in the maxim that the journey is a reward than in the reward or the result itself. The climate challenge has been there for decades. It's worse today, but I think the good thing about today is that as a society and as businesses, we have never been so sure of the situation. We have never been so eager and so capable to change the situation.
We're one of the largest players in Europe providing mobility and transport services to that industry. We, for example, have fuel cards, toll payment services, financial services, but also telematic and digital services. We serve more than 200,000 customers and we have more than 5 million users in Europe in 42 countries. And one of the philosophies I personally adhere to is that mobility is life. Anything that was alive or thrive, also in Europe, people move or things move. We need to make it more sustainable, we need to make it more efficient and to make it more seamless to make that happen, but that's a mission that we drive for.
Our commitment at DKV is to lead in green by being at the forefront in our industry to drive the transition towards a more sustainable transport and mobility future. We have a clear target and ambition by becoming carbon negative until 2023 for our own operations, and we want to help our customers to decrease their fleet carbon intensity by 30% until 2030 by helping them to switch to alternative energy sources.
The mobility and transportation sector causes roughly 25% of Europe's CO2 emissions. Therefore, it's important to transform this sector. The European Union gave a clear commitment via the Green Deal in order to come to a CO2 neutral environment in 2050. Electric vehicles are very important for the future of mobility and for the decarbonization within Europe. You can save CO2 emissions up to 50% in comparison to current ICEs available in the market. Therefore, it's important also investing in this kind of technology in order to transform the mobility sector inside Europe. Electric vehicles will mainly take place in the passenger vehicles and the light commercial vehicle sector. For heavy good vehicles, we think other alternative fuels will play a more important role like LNG. With LNG, you can save up to 25% of CO2 emissions. So therefore, it plays a major role with regards to the energy transformation and CO2 neutrality. Of course, in the future, we also see other fuels like synthetic fuels, e-fuels. Therefore, DKV is also part of the e-fuels alliance inside Europe.
I believe strongly that in the future we will be able to carry and to transport more freight with less driven kilometers by digitizing and improving the truckload utilization for drivers. DKV Live creates a lot of visibility for fleet managers and drivers by helping them to attract all relevant tour and vehicle-related data to measure CO2 per real time. Based on these data, DKV Live has a great potential to provide CO2 alerts acting as an alarming system based on certain CO2 targets that, for example, have been exceeded. In addition to that, DKV Live has also the potential to offer CO2 optimization route services and to come up with clear recommendations for fleet managers and drivers how to drive more eco-friendly.
Wirth ist Weltmarktführer für Montagetechnik mit weltweit über 3 Millionen Kunden aus Handwerk, Bau und Industrie. Wir arbeiten seit circa 2 Jahren mit dem DKV zusammen. Wir haben in Deutschland mittlerweile 8000 Fahrzeugnutzer mit der DKV-Karte ausgerüstet. Die Zusammenarbeit mit dem DKV hat in Deutschland sehr gut funktioniert. Daher haben wir uns beschlossen, das Thema nun auch international auszurollen. Elektromobilität gewinnt in vielen Ländern immer mehr an Gewicht. Daher brauchen wir einen starken Partner, der uns hier mit digitalen und innovativen Lösungen unterstützt.
DKV has one of the largest charging networks outside in Europe, over 120,000 charge points connected on the platform. Our target is clear: to get access for our customers to these charging stations and creating a convenient and easy service to accommodate their travels. E-mobility is a technology-driven business. Charge for Europe was founded between DKV and Innogy in order to get access to all these charge points in the European market. This technical platform connects all these single charge points to one unique offerings for our customer.
In terms of anticipating the sustainable change of the future of mobility, I first of all believe it's very important to stick to the very ambitious plans defined in the Paris Agreement and the EU Green Deal, which is seeking for 90% reduction of greenhouse gas emissions in the transportation sector by 2050. So we have this big target, and I think we also have a very good path to follow on. The societal mindset is shifting towards green like never before. We see massive regulatory, technology and investment shifts are going on. So this means that, for example, governments across all European countries need to move on providing the right incentives.
I think it's fantastic that the UN has defined Sustainable Development Goals. I think that's a rallying cry about several objectives to make this world more sustainable and more livable. And I think every organization in this world, business or non-business, should participate in this. One of our key pillars in our strategy is lead in green. We really want to lead in green. So we want to make ourselves, but particularly help our customers to become more sustainable fast in the coming years. And we do investments, we develop new services, all kinds of things to make that work. Our motto is, you drive, we care. Right? We want to care for our customers, so we do that in multiple ways. We, for example, have now already one of the largest e-charging networks in Europe. We're on the frontier of new fuels like LNG and hydrogen. We have a compensation card where people can say, I still use CO2, but I want to compensate for that, for example. And we are in a cutting edge way of getting telematics digital service into the market so you can drive more efficient. I think every generation has tasks to do to make it better for the next generation. We have a lot of good things that the previous generation built for us, and we need to do something also for the next generation. And it's beautiful to bring technology, people, ideas together to make things happen and make things better. And I think we're in a perfect time in history now where all these things come together in this industry and also with the role of this company at this moment in time to really make a difference on the sustainable agenda.